Okay, yeah. Um, so as I was saying in the back one, in the back one, in the last one, last video I was making, I was talking about the expression that Kanye West had. He was he what I'm catching from it is that, and this is just my opinion, and no negative comments if anybody happened to, you know, see this video. Disclaimer, I'm not saying nothing in reference to something that I heard, no, personally, or have seen, you know, with my eyes in reference to him. I am speaking on knowledge of the spiritual realm, and I'm speaking only on my opinion. So again, nothing that I know for sure I have been told to me by him, Kanye West, or by anyone he associates with, or anyone that I've spoken with. This is my opinion. So, with that being said, let's get to this video. Um, his face, his eyes, the way he is structuring his mouth. Look at his mouth and look at Jamal's mouth. Now, as you can tell, they each has different shaped faces, right? And one is kind of a little heavier than the other, right? Because you could see that Kanye West is heavier than Pastor Bishop Jamal Bryant. But if you pay attention, if you really could see this, they both have the same facial expressions. The only reason why they look different is because of the size of their face. So let's talk about their face a minute. Jamal has his hands up, like indicating black power. And Kanye is just cool. Black power is the move. Whatever you say, my brother. But you're still not understanding what I'm feeling right now, what I'm going through. So now, with that being said, we're going to go straight to Kanye. So, as I said in the beginning of this video, through my experiences and my knowledge of the spiritual realm, I am feeling that Kanye West is going through some spiritual battle. Now, his eyes are indicating help, that he wants help. He's crying out for help, the inside, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. So when you look in people's eyes, they tell you something. And if you're able to read them, and if you're able to understand what it is that's being told, you can get along with a lot of people, right? So his eyes are saying that I am here on this show. I am going to have some Christian singing, whatever, worship, whatever it is that they want to call it. But Inwardly, I need some peace. Inwardly, I need a relief. Inwardly, I need some answers. So, where do I get these answers from? So, you know what? I'm going to come on over here to this church or other churches because I'm in need and I'm praying inwardly that somebody sees this and helps me fulfill this need. So, his lip and mouth structure is more connected to his lifestyle. So, his mouth and lip structure is stating that, yeah, nothing is going to move me. I'm going to continue on in this music industry, and I'm going to sing my songs, and I'm going to make this money, and I'm going to take care of my family, and I'm going to love my wife, and I'm going to look out for my child. That's what his mouth is saying. You know, his mouth fits Jamar hands. Black power. I got to do what a black man got to do. I got to, you know, society has made us so bad that now I'm in a position where I can make a difference. And I'm going to make it black power with my family and out there in the world with my songs and stuff like that. But when you go back up to his eyes are saying, yeah, we're going to do all that, but I still need help. I still need this need to be fulfilled. I still need to find satisfaction. And I'm not speaking on satisfaction of money because I got it. I got the money. I'm not speaking about, I got the money, but I'm not satisfied. I'm not speaking on satisfaction of sexual pleasures because I'm married. And I'm not going to put no thoughts in his head or try to speak what he say about not being satisfied. I'm married. So, of course, that part of my life is covered. But the spiritual, and he may not really quite understand what it is that he's in need of because he probably never experienced it, or maybe he has been feeling it for the longest, but he does not know what it is. So now, this is what I'm going to say. With all that being said, this is what I'm going to say. Let me introduce myself a little bit. I am Evangelist Jordan, Sharon Jordan. I am an evangelist, and my job is to evangelize to lost souls. And evangelism, you can put it in a category in the word. You can put the word like hype, like like Kanye West is a singer and he's a performer, and when he goes out there, he performs. You see what I'm saying? But he's not necessarily satisfied. And I'm not saying he's not necessarily satisfied with his performance. He's not necessarily satisfied, period. Because his money is not justifying how he feels and it's not bringing a solution. So I am the person that I am the person that will explain this, and give a better explanation of what exactly is happening here. So now, what he's feeling, oh, okay, what he's feeling a sense of loss. And not loss of money, not loss of power. You see what I'm saying? Not even loss of decision, because in some of his in some of his everyday routine, he hasn't lost the opportunity to make a decision. But what I mean by decision is life decision, because he's at a point where he has no control over what he's feeling right now, because he needs some some clarity and some closure, but he don't know, he can't get that because he don't know exactly what it is that he needs some closure to. So now, as I said, I'm evangelist, and I'm the one to to stir up that soul, to to stir up what it is inside of you that is causing you to come to this conclusion of, I need help. I have this yearning inside of me to go to church and sing. Why am I having this yearning to go to church and sing? Because that spiritual part in you, because we are spiritual beings. So because we are spiritual beings, every now and then, ever so often, and even every single day, depending on who the person is and who the Lord chooses to chase. He said, whom he loveth, he chased. So when this starts occurring and you begin to feel yourself yearning to go to church, because there's something in church that you are yearning for, and that's your spiritual soul will begin calling out. Your spiritual soul will begin reaching out to God, because that's what we were made for. We was made, just like pots was made to cooking, regardless of whether people use them to hit people upside their head with. The reality of the making of the pot was to cook into it, was to put ingredients and food and to cook. So regardless of what we may do with the body, regardless of how we may feed that spiritual side of us that's inside, that's yearning out, we still was made, created, not made, created to serve God. Now, the difference between being made and being created is that creation comes from up here, from your mind. You have to create something before you can make it. So people may create a vision or create a blueprint. You see what I'm saying? Sketch out whatever, because they have to get it in their mind first how they're gonna make that building. You see what I'm saying? Whatever it is that whatever designer comes up with, she or he already created it in their mind, in their head. And what we see is the results of the creation. So now, we was created, we wasn't made. We was made in God's image, right? But we was created, also created in his image. Because once he came to the decision and said, I'm going to make man in my image, then he had to it had to come in existence. And when he reached down and picked up the sand, which is considered the earth, the dirt, he blew into it and he said, man became a living soul. So that's why we got to wash. That's why if we don't take care of our skin too long, if we don't take care of our skin, it will begin to start deteriorating, meaning that you scratching it and you start seeing, oh, what's that? And you put your hand like that, it's dirt. Because of the simple fact that's what we made out of. We made out of dirt. And we became a living soul with a spiritual body. So the soul was made to serve God, to yearn after God, to do God's will. to worship him, to please him, to do whatever he says to do. That's what the soul and the spiritual body was made of. But then when he decided to create men in his image and gave them the authority to live in a divine place, here come old Slewfoot, old Satan, the devil, Lucifer, that's his real name. He came in and he defiled it. And how did he defile it? By influencing Eve to from eat from the fruit of the tree of good and evil. You see what I'm saying? And that tree was restricted to men, which at that time it was only Adam and Eve. That tree was restricted to not eat from it, to do not touch it, do not even look at it, just stay away from it. Now you think God did not know what he was doing when he put the tree there? Do you think he did not know that Eve would have eaten from it? Yes, he did know that. But see, it was put there as a trial period. You see what I'm saying? We don't know whether as times went on, because remember, one day with the Lord is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as one day. So we don't know whether as time went on, those 1,000 days that was just 1,000 years that was just one day, whether he would have removed it. We don't know, because Adam and Eve didn't allow us to learn that, to see that. And to be honest, we was not even supposed to be here. But because Adam and Eve sinned it, now the world has been created. Because now he had to put Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden, which is at the time called paradise. He had to put them out of that because he didn't want him to be fruitful and multiply within there. Because then they would intimidate the area that was holy. So therefore, that's where the Bible comes and say, come out from among them. So God had to separate Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden, which was paradise, because it was holy. And he did not want holiness and non-holiness to get together. And next thing you know, it's corrupted. It had to be a difference. Okay? So now, back to Kanye West. So now, because that yearning has been going on in him, he is now going from church to church. Now, yes, he's going from church to church as a believer. This is what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? But in all reality, and he may not even know it, he's going from church to church because his soul is trying to find the real thing. His soul is trying to find his soul is trying to find Christ, trying to find salvation, trying to find the holiness. The Holy Ghost, trying to find what is it? What is it I'm trying to find? Okay? Well, Kanye West, the Lord loves you. Jesus and his son, Jesus and his Father loves you. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, loves you. John 3:16 says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but shall have everlasting life. Okay? He said in his word that he will never leave you nor forsake you. He's going to be there always. When you give your life to him completely and fully, he's going to be there. He's going to be by your side. He's going to be a friend that will never leave you. He's going to be a friend that is closer than a brother. Whatever you need, he will provide. You don't have to rely on your millions of dollars, your billions of dollars, because your billions and millions of dollars is coming into play because he loves you. You have a gift. You have a talent. You see what I'm saying? And you are now bringing that gift and talent to him by presenting it to him in his church. But he don't want the gift and the talent because he's the one who gave it to you. He wants you, Kanye West. He wants you. He wants you to come to him and give your life to him completely. He wants you to come out from among them and be ye separated, said the Lord of hosts, and touch not the unclean thing. That's what his word said. That's not what I'm saying. His word is saying it. And I'm going to find it in the word right now. I'm telling you, I didn't download me no Bibles. You gotta be kidding. Let me find it. We got some called Text from Jesus. Really? Excuse my delay. I'm looking for. Okay, I found it. Oh my goodness. I owe some money? Really? I have to go to my other. But, yes, it's in the. You have to separate yourself. You have to give up the world and follow. Don't be like the man that was in the Bible where he went to Jesus and asked Jesus, "What must I do to inherit eternal life?" And Jesus told him that love your neighbor as yourself, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, etc., etc. And he said to Jesus, he said, "Oh, those things is no problem." I'm paraphrasing. Those things no what? Those things no problem. I do that every single day. He said, "All right, great, good. That's nice. Well then, the next thing you can do is take all you have, sell it, and give it to the poor." Because this man was, I don't know whether this was a rich ruler the rich young ruler, but it was a rich man. And when Jesus told him that, he walked away. He walked away with his shaking his head because he was like, I'm not giving up my stuff. So I have to, you got an iPhone, you know how that works. You gotta pay your billing. It could be just $1.99, or it could be just 50 cents that they want. You gotta pay that before you're able to download. But anyway, let's get back a little bit. So yes, he wants you to, and I can just feel it. I'm looking this way because I'm looking in my mirror and my television. But my television's here, but I'm looking this way through my mirror because I can see him, and his eyes is just looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and his eyes is so he has a lot of love in him. He has a lot of compassion in him, but he really don't know how to give it out. I'm gonna tell you something, Kanye. You in the wrong field. Your field is to preach. That's your field. Your field is to reach out and get people and talk to them and encourage them and bring them into Christ. That that's what your job is in the kingdom. Your job is to help build God's kingdom, not the devil's kingdom. Your job is to speak. You can use your same platform. You maybe won't have the same people. You know what I'm saying? The same people may not be supporting you once they found out that you decided to leave them behind. And when I say leave them behind, I don't mean just cut them off. I mean the music industry. Leave them leave them behind and go to God industry and say, listen, I'm going to build God's kingdom right now. I'm going to make some records and sing for him. I mean, you got enough money. Open up your own record company. You see what I'm saying? Bring people in to sing God's gospel. Bring, turn it into, open up a gospel record label, and bring people in that you know that will support you spiritually. Not only financially, yeah, I understand you need financial help, yes. You go for it. But make sure who you're bringing in is going to help you spiritually. And open up open it up for people that like me, you know what I'm saying? And when I say like me, I'm not saying that you got to put me in it, but I mean people like in my gender, people in my range. Am I saying it right? When I say gender, that's the wrong word because then that means that I'm talking about female. But people that are low class and people that doesn't have a lot of money and people that has dreams of singing for the Lord but can't, and people that needs a platform to go out there and preach the gospel and bring people in and let people come. I guess it's sort of like a Sunday Best, not even a Sunday Best, sort of like American Idol, because Sunday Best is, you know, it just went all over. It just went haywire. But sort of like American Idol, or sort of like, some talent show that you allow people, hey, yeah, you give gifts that you choose. I'm not even saying this based on gifts, though. I'm saying it because of what I see in you and what you're capable of doing and what God can do with you to get people to come to Him. You see what I'm saying? There's some missionaries out there. There's some evangelists out there. There may be some deacons, you know what I'm saying? Even pastors that may be out there that have a desire to reach the world but can't because they can't travel abroad. They can't. They can't. They don't have the money to bring people into their church to witness. You know what I'm saying? But Here's an opportunity for you. Here's a door that opens so that you're able. You going from church to church. No, don't go from church to church. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Not to say there's anything wrong. But you know what? Open your own platform. I'm not saying open up your own church. Open, take your your skills and your knowledge and your wisdom and bring it to God, because that's what I see. And every time I come across this, I think this is my second or third time I came across this video. Right, the first time I saw it, it was in a it was in a it was in a video. Let me put it that way. And then I saw another video where you had said something about that it was said that you had said, no, I think this video you was in and you said it about let's see, what was it? About the slavery thing. Slavery, and that it was seemed like it was a choice, and that somebody was talking to you and saying to you what was, that, well, we're just talking about choice, whatever, something they said. And there was that face again. But the face was, you did a little smile and then you went back to the face. But then there was another face that came. And that face was, you know what, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to say it like that. I didn't really mean to say that it was a choice, because that's not really what I meant, but I can't really seem to get it together. What's going on in my head? What's happening with my heart? I can't put it in words because I don't know how to do it. But I ain't even out there to offend nobody. I don't want to be not defending. I don't want to offend nobody and stuff like that. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. And you know what? Who knows? I don't know nothing about your wife. And let me say this right now, and I'm not talking about what is it? The conduct. I can't even pronounce the name. See, I ain't gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna say your wife. I'm not trying to go against her. I'm not saying nothing negative about her, because I think she's a beautiful young lady. And I don't mean just beautiful by face. I mean, I think her character, her soul, everything is beautiful. And that's what I think connected y'all together. And I could be wrong, because just like I say, I'm an outsider. I mean, a way outsider, because I have no idea what's going on with you. You see what I'm saying? In that side of your life. Oops, I'll be right back. I forgot. I got my food cooking. Should be done.